On, there we are. Good morning. Hello, hello. All right, let's see. My browser situated up here. We'll get cooking. Take a look at the morning's news. I need caffeine, me stat immediately. But it's not done brewing yet. It needs to a little more. Yeah. It needs a little bit longer. All right. Let me let's see. Well, first let's get you guys up on chat so I can see you. That'd be good. There you are. Hello, YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. All one of you. Guess there's only 11 of you. Now there's 11 of you. Very good. Hit the thumbs up, por favor. Much appreciate it. And good morning, Steph. How you doing? Hello. Steph sat there in YouTube chat. First in. All right. Let's see here. Oh, hey, by the way, look at it's I guess you kind of can't really see it out there. Let me see if I can do it. Hold on. Let's see if I can switch it to the phone. Oh, look at that. It did work. Started snowing. Woke up to snow. Ding. It's kind of fun. That's cool. All right. Here we are. See if I have anything tagged since I saw you last night. I think we did play that and that, so yeah. We will just go straight to Miss Steph's pod. And a good one it is already. Very nice. Schedule for this fine Friday. President receiving intelligence briefing. 10 a.m. Getting old World Cup drawing. 11:40 a.m. Okay. Signing executive orders 3 p.m. and attending a concert by Andrea Bocelli at 8 p.m. A Christmas thing, maybe. Whoa. We had another Cloudflare outage during the night. That's interesting. Some weird cyber warfare shit going on. Took the internet down apparently during the night. New large-scale internet outage disrupts major online services. Ooh. See if I can find anything on it. Filters today.
Infrastructure services experienced a significant outage that rippled across the internet. This disruption caused many popular websites to go offline, leaving users unable to access their favorite platforms and services. The outage affected a wide range of sites, including X, which was formerly known as Twitter, Substack, and Canva. Even Down Detector, a website that tracks outages globally, was impacted.
Down Detector went down, that's funny.
As a result, people looking for information about the outage found themselves unable to check the very site designed to report such problems. Visitors to affected websites were greeted with a 500 internet server error message instead of the content they expected. This sudden interruption left many users frustrated and searching for answers as to why their go-to sites were suddenly unavailable. Cloudflare specializes in keeping websites online, especially during periods of heavy traffic, by acting as an intermediary between web pages and visitors. However, when Cloudflare experiences issues, it can instantly take down many unrelated websites. This outage comes just 2.5 weeks after a previous major incident. Some sites, like ChatGPT, were unaffected this time, likely because they reduced their reliance on Cloudflare after last month's outage.
Amazes me that they keep on, all these places keep relying on Cloudflare. There are alternatives. Excuse me. All right. Laura Loomer. Trump haters in America only, isolationist frauds united at... We should call him Tucker Carlson, okay? Out Pouch had a Christmas party. This nicotine pouch company. Oh, Large Marge was there. Crazy Candace. I don't know who that is. No idea. Don't know, don't care. Boy. Definitely a nice set of pictures, though. Someone got some nice photos. Okay, new America National Security Strategy declares the liberal technocratic elites of the EU and many member states a threat to Europe's future. Regional stability and American interests. Yeah, they are. Wow. That's, wow. Wondered. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I wonder if it names anyone specific. Somehow I doubt it, but makes it clear that supporting the patriotic right in Europe, the wording certainly refers to Patriots for Europe, but likely includes most of the ECR group, European Conservatives and Reformists, as well. Supporting them is in the American interest. It ends NATO expansion, not just to the Ukraine, and calls out population replacement as the gravest long-term threat to Europe and American interests in the region. Yeah, absolutely. It's a threat to American interests in the region. What do you think happens if they fucking take over the entirety of Europe? They're going to remain friendly? Because the white people that used to run shit did? Nope. All right. Ooh, pardon me. The most immediate priority is stabilizing Europe's relationship with Russia. Well, yeah, I mean, they need to head off global thermonuclear war, so that would be a good thing to focus on. Yes, indeed. Okay. U.S. Department of Housing Secretary Scott Turner confirms Democrats. Sorry, the caffeine really has to get pumping, man. What the heck? Confirms Democrats were allowing illegals to purchase homes in America, and American taxpayers were buying their homes. We were fronting the bill. That's right.
probing how illegal immigrants have put a strain on the housing market. What can you tell us? You signed a memorandum with the DHS to end wasteful misappropriation of taxpayer money.
Absolutely.
For, quote, illegal alien exploitation of housing programs. You're also working with the Federal Housing Administration to crack down on government-backed mortgages for illegals. How do they get a mortgage if you're actually illegal in the country?
Well, Marie, you know, during the Biden administration, there were over 12 million illegal aliens that came over the border, straining our housing supply and making the costs go up. And so we work with Secretary Noem at DHS, as you alluded to make sure that only American citizens are living in HUD-funded housing. We also took away FHA-backed mortgages from illegal aliens during the Biden administration. They turned a blind eye. But we're going to keep the law to make sure that these mortgages, which are backed by the taxpayer, go only to the American people. And lastly, we are mandating that every public housing authority give us a comprehensive account who's living in every unit in taxpayer HUD-funded housing.
Wow. Actually, Davis, another impact of that wide open border.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Luigi Mangione is back in court.
Today we expect to hear from
Luigi Mangina.
a couple of more officers as testimony continues in this pretrial hearing. It's day 4, and these are officers who responded to a 911
I'll come back here.
call that was placed from that McDonald's in Pennsylvania after customers there said that they recognize the person suspected of gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York 5 days earlier. Listen to this.
Interesting. Okay, Steph asks, are you sharing sound? Thank you. Thank you for checking up on that. Because it looks like I shared my screen the wrong way. Yep. Bear with me. Hold on. I gotta, like... stuff here. Come on. There it is. Good job. All right, now we should have sound for D-Live and Rumble. Apologies. Thank you.
Manager at Plank Road McDonald's out here on the Boulevard. Okay. And I have a customer here that some other customers were suspicious of, that he looks like the CEO shooter from New York. Is this individual still there? Yes, he's still in the back of our lobby by the bathroom. He's wearing a black sweater jacket with a medical mask and a tan khaki-colored beanie.
That audio is just one of the new pieces of evidence being released by the judge overseeing this week's suppression hearing. It was played for the first time in court earlier this week, along with radio dispatch.
Swing down to McDonald's East Plank Road, 407 East Plank Road. Got a call from the manager there. Customers came to her, said that there's a male in the store that looks like the NYC shooter. 10-4 will be on that.
Arresting officers have been taking the stand this week, detailing their interactions with Mangione at the time of his arrest. Mangione's lawyers want to show that police talked to him before giving him his Miranda rights, and whatever he said should be inadmissible at trial. They also want to keep prosecutors from using evidence found in his backpack, including a gun as well as a notebook. They say that should have required a search warrant at the time. Well, the judge also released some new photos that were shown during the suppression hearing this week as well. These items were recovered from Mangione during his arrest, including a laptop that was with him and a photo of all the cash that was found on him is several $1,000s.
Dang, bro.
This hearing obviously could continue into next week with
Some random foreign currencies, too. Strange.
This hearing obviously could continue into next week with all of this testimony, and it is happening exactly 1 year to the day that Brian Thompson was murdered.
Oh, DC pipe bomb suspect expected to appear in court this afternoon. Shit. I need to know where. I need to know what courthouse. I will go. I promise you I will go.
Court documents indicate the painstaking work that investigators undertook to nab the suspect. 30-year-old Brian Cole Jr. is facing 2 federal charges for allegedly...
Oh, there he is. There's our first confirmed picture. He is indeed a black guy.
Leaving the pipe bombs near the RNC and DNC January 5th, 2021, the night before the Capitol riot. Court documents state Cole's credit card history shows throughout 2019 and 2020, he bought several materials that matched the components of the bombs. These include galvanized pipes and end caps, battery connectors, electrical wire, and safety glasses. The bombs did not go off and they were rendered safe, but they could have been lethal. Investigators say cell phone records were also crucial. Cell phone pings indicate Cole's cell phone was in the area of the RNC and DNC the night of the crime.
We, the FBI, have the best cell phone capability tracking systems, and we use that to say who was around the area that matches the description, the height, the weight, the size, and who was wearing this sort of sneakers. But on top of that, I can generally say that, you know, some of our biggest breakthroughs always come from cell phone analysis, but
authorities spent the majority of Thursday outside Cole's home in a Washington suburb. Attorney General Pam Bondi says search warrants are being carried out and there could be more charges to come.
Let me be clear. There was no new tip. There was no new witness. Just good, diligent police work and prosecutorial work, working as a team along with ATF, Capitol Police, Metropolitan Police Department, and, of course, the FBI.
Investigators did not publicly share a motive. Cole's court appearance is expected to take place 1:30 p.m. local time today.
1:30, okay. What frickin' courthouse? Brian, oh. All right, where's the affidavit? Have any info in there? Come on, where's the full affidavit, guys? Come on, why do they... None of them link to it? There we go. Judge Upadhyaya? Moxila Upadhyaya? What a name. U.S. Magistrate Judge. I'd assume it's going to be the, excuse me, the federal courthouse in Alexandria. Look her up real quick. Okay. Oh. He presided over the arraignment and federal prosecution of Trump related to the 2020 election. Wow. U.S. District Court for D.C. Okay, so they're not doing it in Alexandria then, I guess. Really? Interesting. If anyone can confirm for me exactly which courthouse, which courtroom this will be taking place in, let me know. Get my attention. I will absolutely go to this. And we'll report in by phone at 5. Because I think... Who was it? Didn't... I could be mistaken, but I thought Doug needed coverage. Could be wrong about that. But yeah, I have no idea where the message went. Oh, there we go. Doug Gibbs. Yes, so I will be yeah, he's out tonight. He can't come tonight. So we need coverage 5 p.m. If I can make it to this, and assuming it doesn't last until 5, which it shouldn't, I will absolutely report back about what I hear. I just need to find out where the dang courtroom is. Cool. Okay, Sunny says she can do my evening shift. That would be very helpful, and then I'll pop in when I can to let everyone know. Yeah, that would be awesome. But I gotta find out where to go. I gotta find out what freaking courtroom to go to. That's on the top of the to-do list. All right. President Trump knows just how bad the Somalis are ripping us off, stooping so low as faking autism so they can steal billions from generous Americans. They're faking autism? Faking autism. Wow. All right, let's see. In a press release announcing the indictment, U.S. Attorney's Office made clear the alleged autism fraud scheme extended to a wide network of people. To drive up enrollment, Hassan and her partners paid monthly cash kickbacks to the parents of children who enrolled, overdiagnosing kids with autism, just to take in shitloads of money for Medicaid. Wow. Kickback payments range from approximately $300 to $1,500 per month per child. Jeez. The amount of these payments was contingent on the services DHS authorized a child to receive. The higher the authorization amount, the higher the kickback. Wow. Often, parents threaten to leave and take their children to other autism centers if they did not get paid higher kickbacks. But these people will even do it to their own kind. They will blackmail them, threaten them, all to get a greater cut. I don't care. Much like the HSS program, autism claims to Medicaid in Minnesota have skyrocketed in recent years. Partially, of course, because more autism. But obviously, in large part, because these people are scamming the system. Sick. Netflix to acquire... What the frick? Are they actually doing this? To acquire Warner Brothers Discovery for $82.7 billion, including HBO Max and HBO Studios. So that explains why HBO series just started appearing on my Netflix like a couple days ago. The deal is expected to close following the previously announced spin-off of Warner Brothers Discovery's Global Networks division, Discovery Global, into a new publicly traded company, which is anticipated in the third quarter of 2026. Oh, man. That could be bad news for entertainment industry jobs. Or at least for certain people. I saw a post today about it on Facebook. In fact, let me see if I can track it down. No, long gone. Long gone. Wish I could remember what outlet it was. But there's a consortium of filmmakers. See if I can find it. Against Netflix. Yeah, here we go. It's Variety. Anonymous A-listers lobby Congress against Netflix Warner Brothers acquisition. Streamer would hold a noose around the theatrical marketplace. Yeah, that's kind of true. And that's not good news. That's terrible news for the theatrical side of things. Because what incentive does Netflix have to do that? Their streamer. Okay, a consortium of top industry players have sent an open letter full of alarm to Congress describing a potential economic and institutional meltdown in Hollywood if Netflix succeeds in its effort to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. Letter was sent via email to members of Congress from both parties on Thursday from an anonymous collective identifying themselves only as concerned feature film producers. The group explained it was leaving the letter unsigned not out of cowardice, but fear of retaliation, given Netflix's, considerable power as a buyer and distributor. Yeah, you'll never work in this industry again. Heard that line before? Yeah, they'll say it. One well-placed source confirmed to Variety that the group includes a number of prominent filmmakers. Communication outlines 3 areas of great concern, including that Netflix could stand to destroy the theatrical film marketplace by escalating or eliminating the amount of time that Warner Brothers films would play in theaters before hitting a combined Netflix HBO Max streaming platform. Oh man, they're going to combine them? Sources told Variety earlier on Thursday that Netflix's current proposal for Warner Brothers would have a theatrical window as thin as 2 weeks of exclusivity before moving to streaming. Yeah, that's how they've been doing things. That's crazy. Another insider familiar with the deal process flatly denied this, saying the periods would be longer. Rival bidders Comcast and Paramount both have robust theatrical distribution outlets. Yes. Producers argued Netflix would effectively hold a noose around the theatrical marketplace, with what they assert would be enough market influence to reduce the footprint of theatrical movies and force down subsequent licensing fees paid in post-theatrical windows. Eesh. Been bad enough already. Okay, we're pleased to announce that the 48th Kennedy Center Honors will air on Tuesday, December 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, CBS and Paramount Plus. Celebrating the lifetime achievements of Michael Crawford, Gloria Gaynor, Sylvester Stallone, Kiss, and George Strait. Okay, Canada will purchase $3.8 billion worth of U.S. airdropped munitions, eh? Intended for their F-18s and F-35s. Alleged pipe bomber's family sued the DHS, the Trump DHS, over illegal immigration and asked the Biden DOJ to address racism. Oh boy. Now we're getting a peek at the ideology. Worked for a bail bonds company run by his father. So he did work in the bail bonds business, which, by the way, I have to have to highlight would explain a lot. Well, it would explain something specific. It would explain the pipe bomber's apparent connection to the police. Everyone remember this? Oh, there's a cop. He was waving to the cop. See, watch his left hand. Could be stretching. I will say, could be stretching because it's not just his left. It's not just his left arm that goes up. It's both arms. You can see the other arm with the backpack kind of goes out, and right towards the end, you can see him kind of like. Sorry, got my blanket on. My wearable blanket. Can't see a damn thing with that. Him just kind of like doing this, stretching out his back shoulder muscles. Yeah, see right there, like kind of stretching back like that. Kind of rolling his shoulder. Hard to tell. It's hard to tell if it's that or waving at the cop. But a bail bond, someone in bail bond industry would absolutely have contact with the police. Regular contact with the police. Very regular. So make of that what you will. All right, let's see this story here. So, weeks before 30-year-old Cole Jr. allegedly planted bombs at the headquarters of the DNC and RNC, a court ruled against the company in its lawsuit attacking the Trump admin on immigration issues. Oh, wow. An FBI affidavit in the case notes that the suspect works for a bail bond company and lives with his mother. Later in 2021, the company held a press conference bemoaning anti-black racism with a left-wing attorney. None other than Benjamin fucking Crump. What? Who represented the family of Trayvon Martin and basically every other black sham, police incident that has ever happened. That's Ben Crump's business. Attempted to sick the Biden Department of Justice on a local Tennessee prosecutor who had raised questions about the bail bond company. Wow. Wow, dude. That's fascinating. That is a fascinating little detail right there. Yeah, absolutely. You could consider that a BLM connection. Abso-freaking-lutely. Ben Crump is like top of that fucking machine. Tip top of that machine. I wonder if we could find this press conference. (2021) hold on now. Yahoo's claiming fact check alleged DC pipe bomber Brian Cole Jr. did not sue Trump's DHS over legal immigration. Oh, well, that's because it wasn't him, it was his family. I'm guessing that's where the article's going to go, isn't it? It was his dad. It wasn't him. Yep. Unbelievable. They have no shame. Okay. Well, dang, I wish I could find the this press conference here in question back in 2021. I'm sure someone will turn it up eventually. Who's writing about it? Oh, should have just kept reading. High-profile civil rights attorney is calling for a federal investigation into a Rutherford County prosecutor accused of discrimination. Oh, video. Hey, there it is.
Questions would be Mr. Brian Cole, the president of Free at Last Bail Bond Company. Mr.
Right there.
Cole.
Yes, I've done business all over the United States. I'm in 20 states, and I've never met the opposition that I've met with Zimmerman coming after our company the way he has.
I'm in 20 states. He does business in 20 states. That would explain the rather nice home.
He's defamed me. He's called my insurance company. He's, went above and beyond, going to other jurisdictions, defaming me and Mr. Holmes.
And Mr. Who? I would like to know more about the other person.
I've never seen this before, and we hope that the Department of Justice can come in and do a brief investigation, because what we see and what we've seen is a lot of questionable acts that Mr. Zimmerman has demonstrated towards minority-owned companies. So please, I just hope they would come in and investigate and look at his actions on what he's done towards, minority-owned companies.
And so, obviously, this is very personal and emotional to...
Okay, Ben. All right, standing alongside Crump, he said to the media he's defamed me, as we just saw. We'll get that. In April 2025, a Tennessee appeals court found that sanctions against the company were called for due to repeated misconduct. The elder Cole lied about having never filed for bankruptcy or having other financial problems, when he, in fact, had filed for bankruptcy twice and had tax liens against him. Sounds like a real nice person. Real upstanding individual. I'm sure the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Cole Jr. and his father worked as bail bondsmen under various company names, including Free You Bonds. Oh, wow. They're just like targeting a certain market there, aren't they? Free You with the letter U. Can't even spell it out. Initially in Fairfax County, Virginia. Public records suggest that the father moved to Knoxville, Tennessee around 2017. One of those corporate names was Statewide Bonding Incorporated, an immigration bond company that helps illegal immigrants avoid jail. An immigration bond will secure the release of an undocumented alien from an immigration facility with the guarantee the conditions of the immigration bond requirements are met. Its webpage said, apparently. Brian Cole is listed as Statewide Bonding's owner in a dispute over bonds for illegal immigrants in the state of Colorado. There they are, yep. Cambridge Road. Okay. Statewide sued the Trump admin DHS over its policies relating to illegal immigrants weeks before Cole allegedly planted the pipe bombs. On November 10th, 2020, the U.S. Court of Appeals in D.C. sided with the administration on the case, ruling that the lower court had properly thrown out all of Statewide's claims. One of several lawsuits complained that Statewide was being harmed unfairly when its illegal immigrant clients failed to appear at court dates. Statewide have secured the bond for thousands of immigrants. If an immigrant does not appear, that failure to appear is considered a breach of bond. When a bond is breached at that point, all plaintiffs are subjected to a steep financial penalty. Hundreds of plaintiffs' clients fail to appear because defendants failed to provide said person with a specified date, time, and location to appear in court. So they just refuse to do their job. Then only after the subject immigrant fails to appear, these defendants expect plaintiffs to find the person in less than 10 days, many times less than 48 hours, or suffer the penalty of paying the sum total of millions of dollars. But yeah, that's what you do. January 6 pipe bombs were used by Democrats in the media to portray Trump supporters as violent, though during the Biden administration, the FBI claimed it was unable to locate a suspect, and Kamala Harris, who was 20 feet from the bomb at the DNC, never mentioned it. Charging papers say Cole Jr. began purchasing bomb-making parts by May of 2019, during the Trump admin and long before any dispute about election results. They say his cell phone signals showed that he was in the vicinity of the DNC and RNC when the bombs were placed. Biden admin quickly used similar cell phone data, to apprehend hundreds of Trump supporters for minor crimes, J6ers. Exact same thing. Okay, Secretary of the Navy John Phelan.
As I announced last week,
how you feeling, John?
We are fundamentally reshaping how the Navy builds and fields its fleet. Today, I'm taking the second major step in that effort, selecting the design for our medium landing ship, an operationally driven, fiscally disciplined choice that puts capability in the fleet on a responsible timeline.
For the Marine Corps, the medium landing ship will provide us with an organic littoral mobility capability in the Indo-Pacific and around the world. It provides us with a critical intra-theater maneuver asset that is able to embark, transport, and land Marines, weapons, and supplies and equipment around the theater without requiring access to a pier.
A year ago, the Navy canceled the LSM request for proposals when the conceptual design produced bids that were simply unaffordable. We applied common sense, went back to basics, and reassessed the program. We identified proven in-service designs that meet the Commandant's requirements and then scrutinized them for producibility, performance, and trade-offs.
Last month, with the concurrence of the Commandant and the Chief of Naval Operations, I approved the LSM design selection, the LST-100 landing ship transport, a roughly 4,000-ton ship with a range of more than 3,400 nautical miles that gives us the right balance of capability, affordability, and speed to field.
The LST-100's cargo capacity, helicopter capacity, berthing, and crane make it an excellent choice for the Marine Corps' requirement of no less than 35 medium landing ships to support naval expeditionary forces. The medium landing ships will enable our Marines to be more agile and flexible in austere environments where there are no ports, providing the joint force the needed operational mobility within the adversary's weapons engagement zone.
We're also changing how we do business in shipbuilding, starting from a complete 3D design and working hand in hand with the designer. The Navy's incorporating a disciplined set of class standard equipment so that this ship is maintainable, repairable, and able to meet its operational availability targets in the real world, not just on paper. Once those standards are baked in, the design will be truly production ready, needing only to be tailored to each shipbuilder's specific production process.
This non-developmental, build-to-print approach drives down cost, schedule, and technical risk for both the Navy and industry. Working with Congress, we are embracing commercial practices and speed. We will competitively award a vessel construction manager to oversee the LSM program, drive execution, and facilitate genuine competition among multiple shipyards.
The Marine Corps is fully committed to investing in the medium landing ship program. This platform is critical to ensuring Marines have the mobility required to fight and win in the littorals.
Serving side by side with our Marine Corps brothers and sisters, the Navy is also on board with the LSM program, ensuring that when called upon, we're ready to fight and win today.
The department will continue to innovate and reform our shipbuilding approach, integrating hard-learned lessons from prior Navy shipbuilding efforts, proven commercial best practices, and streamlined acquisition. President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill and his executive order on restoring America's maritime dominance are cornerstones of our national effort to revitalize and rebuild the American maritime industrial base. It is the dawn of a new age for Navy shipbuilding.
There you go. Trump to receive the FIFA Peace Prize. I guess they're doing away with the Nobel Peace Prize and going with the FIFA. He's given up on the Nobel. He's accepting the FIFA. I didn't know FIFA had a Peace Prize, but that's cool. If they didn't, I guess they do now. I don't know if this is like a new thing or what. Okay, all Jack Schlossberg. Kooky, crazy Schlossberg. Look at it. Woo, cuckoo eyes. Oh yeah, that's right. What's he running for? Senate? Running for Senate? His campaign manager is leaving after less than a month of officially being on the campaign trail. He's running in New York, District 12, so representative. Kennedy family scion Jack Schlossberg, let's go with Schlossberg, is switching up his New York 12 campaign team after a muddled start. Annabelle LaSalle, I think it's LaSalle, who we reported last month was hired as Schlossberg's campaign manager, is no longer working for the candidate. She confirmed to Playbook. Wonder why. Ed Bombas spent his life chasing the American dream, only to return to work at the age of 82 years old after losing his pension and his wife. Oh my gosh.
For most of his life, Ed Bambas...
This is wrong. This is...
worked toward his American...
What the... Oh, wait. So, hold on. Thankfully, thanks to the generosity of, I don't know, a bunch of people probably, some money was raised to allow him to retire again. My God. That is just sad, though.
For most of his life, Ed Bambas worked toward his American dream. But in 2019, at 82, he found himself doing what most retirees never imagined, going back to work.
You do what you have to do.
Bambas worked for General Motors for 40 years. The automaker's 2009 bankruptcy wiped out his pension. Then his wife got sick and died. With bills mounting, he took a job at a grocery store.
I made it a point to try and be as friendly with people as I could, because that would take my mind off any depression because of my wife's death. I really, to this day, miss her. I still visit her grave every day.
Everything changed this week when a stranger approached Bambas with a simple question.
I can't imagine living without my lady. No.
What's your dream? Somewhat the life I was hoping for.
That stranger was influencer Sam Wiedenhofer. He set up a crowdfunding account to help finance Bambas's next retirement.
Do you know how much money has been raised?
No, sir, I do not.
Tomorrow, Bambas will get a check for more than $1 million.
Oh.
What's the lesson you've learned from the events that have unfolded over the last few days?
Be polite to people.
Small actions with a very big return.
What did he say?
Be polite to people. Be polite to people.
People like to... I don't know, maybe he's going for people like to help people. I don't know.
Small actions with a very big return.
Oh, thank you.
Tom Hanson, CBS News, New York.
Wow. Imagine having to work in your mid-80s, like having to return to work in your mid-80s after years of retirement. Unidentified military-style drones entered a no-fly zone and flew towards the flight path of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's plane as it landed in Dublin on Monday evening. Interesting. Yeah. Matt Walsh highlighting what we all know is true. Okay. The average IQ in Somalia is 68. 68. And that's the average. Roughly half of them, or thereabouts, are below that. But below 68. Under that. Which is below the line. 68 is already below the line for mental retardation. And half of them are below that. Where is this Somali excellence exactly? Yeah, good question. They keep talking about it, but the numbers really kind of don't lie, do they? They're all retards. At least on average, anyway. Their per capita GDP is $1,000 US. $1,000 US per person per year. That's what they produce as a country. That is fucking worthless. That is worthless. Somalia does not have a functional waste management system. Most of what they produce is probably coffee. The tallest fully constructed building is 10 stories. Let's see. Curious what Somalia's biggest export is. Livestock. Interesting. Along with bananas, hides and skins, fish, frankincense, and myrrh. Wow. So they basically haven't shifted out of what they've been doing for like thousands of years over there. The same shit people were trading 2,000-3,000 years ago. Frankincense, myrrh, hides and skins, fish, and livestock. Thank you for highlighting that. Their biggest export is crime. Thank you, badass Uncle Sam. Good point. Indeed. Gold, apparently, too. Huh. I guess there's a mining industry there. That's pathetic. The tallest fully constructed building, again, is 10 stories. The tallest in, what, the entire country? Crazy. In a huge development the media refuses to cover, Trump Transportation Secretary Duffy reveals massive air traffic control modernization is moving at a record pace. Good.
Hey everybody, Secretary Sean Duffy here. I'm at DOT headquarters.
In video.
Last May I told you about how old and antiquated our air traffic control system is. Well, the big, beautiful bill, they gave me $12.5 billion to modernize the system. So I want to give you an update.
I wonder what these fancy, like, glowing thingies are.
So with that money, we've already transitioned a third of the copper to fiber. The last administration said
Are they literally just desk dividers?
it was going to take over 10 years to accomplish that goal. But I'm here to announce today as well, we've hired an integrator, a project manager, that's going to move our system from analog to digital. They're going to help deploy our radios and our radar and our voice switches. We are going to make air travel great again, and we are moving at the speed of President Trump.
Well, hey, they have glowy desk dividers. Neon blue. We're basically living in Star Trek. No idea. Not sure what they're going for with that. Confronting Rep. Robert Garcia's office after oversight Democrats claim to release never-before-seen Epstein photos and videos that were actually released by O'Keefe like 6 months ago.
Hi, I'm James O'Keefe. I'm here to ask about the Epstein photos that Garcia released. You guys said that you had Epstein photos that you broke, and we actually broke it already. You redacted some of the stuff on the chalkboard. We broke this story in May.
And did not redact the chalkboard. What did they redact on the chalkboard?
Some of the stuff on the chalkboard.
Why did they redact that?
We broke the...
What? Why did... I am so confused. Why would they redact those words? Dank brain. What was the other one? Axiom of Monai, I believe it is. Let me look it up. It's been forever since I looked this up, but what on earth does that say? It's axiom of something. See it right there? I mean, it could be a different word there. The first word. But regardless, whatever it is, why would they redact that? Music slash they redact this, whatever this is, too. It's really kind of hard to say what that is. It's messy. Power, deception, financial, physical, intellectual, and political power. Deception. Remember this. This is very weird. But and then what again? Why would they redact dank brain or dark brain? Might actually be dark brain. Dark mind, yeah, could be. Yeah, I wonder. It could be. I mean, definitely looks like an N, but dark brain would I think make a little more sense. I want to know what this one is. So hard to make out. Very weird. Like, why would they redact that shit?
Broke this story in May.
Well, I'll just say that we stand by our story. We put out information.
Like, they're not names. They're not names of private people. It's bizarre.
That is not included in your photo, so we did include photos that were not. But thank you so much for coming.
Why did you redact the words on the chalkboard?
Oh, yes, I'm good.
We released it already.
We always go above and beyond to make sure that we protect any victim.
It definitely does look like it says Axiom. Axiom of Mirai, Morai. What the fuck? What even is this? Bizarre.
Make sure that we protect any victims or potential victims, and so.
But we broke the exact same photo.
Well, we have many photos that you did not have, so we included photos.
Can you correct your reporting and?
Our reporting is correct. We put out photos that were never before seen.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I guess in a technical sense, yeah.
A lot of the photos you put out.
What they stated is
already put out.
Some of the photos were already out. Many of the photos.
They're both right.
So can you credit us?
Absolutely not.
But we're the ones who uncovered most of the photos that
I
you.
know you're trying to make a splash.
No, I'm trying to.
You often edit videos very selectively.
Oh boy, he's one of these people.
Can you give me an example of how I've edited a video selectively? Can you give me one example? That's a very.
Project Veritas.
I take that.
Widely known.
It's widely known. This is such a fucking thing in DC. It's nuts. This is like religion in DC. If you don't believe this, they look at you funny.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
You don't repeat the line, they look at you funny, and you don't work.
To cite something that's widely known.
Thank you so much.
So
you get fired.
Wonderful day.
So I'm trying to be accurate here. No, I'm not having a wonderful day because I care about accuracy. That's my raison d'etre.
Well, sir, you're known for reputation for
the source
filming people without their permission.
In public.
I am asking you not to film me. So
it's called the first. It's called the First Amendment.
Yep.
It's a one-party consent jurisdiction. I have a right to be here.
Yep.
You do.
So my question.
I've answered your questions. I wish you a very good day,
my
sir.
question is, can you please give us credit?
Sir,
You're not going to do that, James. And honestly, I don't think that they should. It would be silly to expect them to do that. Considering, I mean, they did release photos that were not seen before. They were right. It's just that they included some photos that O'Keefe had released. Regardless, it still makes for funny video. And it's good to see him ask about the redactions. Dude, I think that's of the most interest right there. Like, that was just weird. Why would they redact that? Oh, wonder if that's it. Yeah, this could be it. Let me see that again.
Hi there.
Let's go above.
That could absolutely be it. Moirai. Or Axiom of Maria. Okay. Maybe they misspelled Maria. It's like they switched the I and the A. The Axiom of Maria is an alchemical concept, a mystical precept in alchemy, where 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and out of the third comes the 1 as the fourth. What? Attributed to 3rd century alchemist Maria Prophetessa. Prophetessa? Maria the Jewess. Early practitioner of alchemy in the West. Interesting. Cryptic alchemical precept: 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and out of the 3rd comes the 1 as the 4th. Has been attributed to Maria Prophetessa and was called the axiom of Maria. Psychologist Carl Jung used this as a metaphor for the process of wholeness and individuation. Most concrete mention of her name in the context of alchemy is by Zosimos of Panopolis, who wrote in the 4th century the oldest alchemy books known. He perfected the 3-armed distillation chamber, or still, like a key alchemical instrument. In her writings, she recommends that the copper or bronze used to create the tubes be the thickness of a frying pan, and the joint between these tubes and the still head be sealed with flour paste. She's also credited with the invention of the water bath. Oh, like for alchemy. Double boiler. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if that's it. And again, why would they censor that? Strange. Dark brain. Oh, okay. There we go. Wonder what that's about. Totally bizarre things to throw a black bar over. Wish I could make out that last one up in the corner there. Truth, and then I no guess at those other 2 words. Very, very strange. All right. Official Jasmine Crockett is being booted out of her current district now that the Texas congressional map is upheld by the Supreme Court. Bye-bye.
That list.
I won't be specific on the number, but it's over 30. And the president is continuing to evaluate.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, in a massive announcement, confirms a travel ban on more than 30 frickin' countries. 30 countries, cutting off third worlders. Thank God.
That list.
I won't be specific on the number, but it's over 30. And the president is continuing to evaluate countries. Listen, if they don't have a stable government there, if they don't have a country that can sustain itself and tell us who those individuals are and help us vet them, why should we allow people from that country to come here to the United States?
Indeed. Pete Hegseth will be the keynote speaker at the 12th Annual Reagan National Defense Forum. Restoring Deterrence with Peace Through Strength, the theme this year. When the Biden DOJ spied on Catholics, this guy's team led the charge. Now he's getting promoted by, incoming Governor Spanberger here in Virginia. Oh, God. Stanley frickin' Meter, her pick for Virginia's Secretary of Public Safety and Homeland Security. Disaster. Oh, jeez. Now, benefits have been paused in states controlled by Democrats over data requests
And Fox 13 is following developing news. The Trump administration says it will pause SNAP benefits for people in states controlled by Democrats over data requests. The administration says it's because many states are refusing to provide information, including the names and immigration status of those enrolled in the program. Fox 13 has reached out to the USDA for clarification about how this impacts people right here in Washington. The Trump administration says it wants to collect the data of everyone involved in the program because it says it wants to try and stop fraud. Yesterday, new requirements for the program kicked in. It raised the age limit from 54 to 64 for people who are required to work, train, or volunteer 80 hours a month to receive help. Among other changes, veterans and those experiencing homelessness will also fall under that mandate. The Congressional Budget Office believes these changes could reduce the number of recipients by more than 2 million people over the next decade. Meanwhile, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins told Fox Business last month that the agency found nearly 500,000 people collecting SNAP benefits in more than one state. Because of that, Rollins says all SNAP participants will need to reapply for benefits in order to stop fraud.
Insane. Collecting in more than one state. European Union has fined $140 million even after VP J.D. Vance said don't do it. Of course they did it. Heritage Foundation exposes Hillary Clinton was directly behind getting the European Union to use the Digital Services Act to pressure Elon Musk and America back into censorship. Hillary Clinton flew overseas for a meeting to facilitate this against America. What the heck? Okay, the European Union, gathered in Berlin, and it was the most anti-free speech gathering I've ever been a part of. Hillary Clinton was there, and she really fueled the anger. When Twitter was purchased by Elon Musk, she called on the EU to use the infamous Digital Services Act, which is one of the most anti-free speech pieces of legislation in decades. And she called upon the EU to use the DSA to force the censorship of American citizens, force people like Musk to censor. It's an extraordinary act by someone who was once a presidential candidate.
Free speech is in a free fall in Europe. There are two anti-free speech movements that have coalesced. One is in Europe, where it has laid waste to free speech. Germany, France, England. Free speech has been eviscerated. And also places like Canada. The U.S. anti-free speech movement began in higher education, then metastasized throughout the government. But this has all reached our shores now. The Berlin World Forum followed the remarks of Vice President Vance on free speech, and the EU was red hot. They gathered in Berlin, and it was the most anti-free speech gathering I've ever been part of. There's only two of us from the free speech community. And they are committed. And, you know, Hillary Clinton was there, and she really fueled the anger. I mean, she, when Twitter was purchased by Elon Musk, she called on the EU to use the infamous Digital Services Act, which is one of the most anti-free speech pieces of legislation in decades. And she called upon the EU to use the DSA to force the censorship of American citizens, force people like Musk to censor. It's an extraordinary act by someone who was once a presidential candidate in the United States. But they are committed to it. And after the World Forum, they further globalized this effort, and they are threatening companies like X with ruinous fines unless they resume censoring American citizens.
Disgusting. Rep. Eli Crane openly says the Democrats are rigging elections with illegal voting. Good.
Here to fight for every
Yeah, they absolutely are. Keep saying that.
single person who lives in our country, to make sure they have fair representation, and to make sure that we are funding our states adequately. We're not here to try and rig elections so that more Republicans win. Mr. Chair, I yield back.
Yields back. Chair recognizes Mr. Crane from Arizona.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My colleague just said we're not here to rig elections to make sure that Republicans win more elections. That's exactly what you guys are trying to do. You guys are trying to rig elections. You guys in the last administration let in between 10 to 15 million illegal aliens. I also want to point out that you guys keep referencing the Constitution. I got some Constitution for you. How about Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution that requires that the federal government protect each state from invasion? That's something clearly you guys did not do while you had the presidency. And now that we have these millions of illegal aliens in this country, we're just simply asking that we put a question on the census, are you an American citizen? And of course you guys don't want to do that, because you know that if we do that and the American people find out exactly how many illegal aliens are in this country and voting, they're going to be as appalled as we see each and every day. And you guys don't want that. And they're not allowed to vote. And you guys try and block every single effort that we make in this House to stop illegal aliens from voting. You guys block the SAVE Act as well. That's exactly what this is. You guys are trying to rig elections, and we're trying to stop it. And we're not going to apologize for it.
Bingo. All right, President Trump set to launch a tour promoting his economic agenda ahead of the midterms, kicking off next week in Battleground, Pennsylvania.
For the Democrats to only make this...
What? Huh? What the shit? Dang it. Where'd it go? Oh well, no idea.
Can you show me 1038 here?
Officers arrest a man who was smuggling 23 illegals inside of his truck cab and operating the vehicle without a driver's license. Investigation finds 24 nonprofits in Minnesota just not registered. Major red flag, but despite this, Minnesota sent the NGOs over $24 million. Okay, Department of Housing Secretary Scott Turner announces a new crime hotline where anyone in public housing can report crime, drug trafficking, and illegals in the program. They'll work with Homeland Security to take care of business. Good. Wow. Democrat Maine Representative Deeqa Dalak says her goal in American government is to get the taxpayers of America to give money to Somalia.
Policies, how can the politics in Somalia can be, resonate what we have here in the United States, the democracy that we have. How can you help us, be a better country and build back what we used to have back in long time ago? So hopefully we will be able to help our country, our former country, Somalia, policies.
Corrects herself to former country. Idiot. Trump admin just caught a Somali migrant charged multiple times with child rape and kidnapping. Minnesota convicted him and then let him walk out the door. Wow.
Immigrant from Somalia that has now been charged with multiple counts of rape in Minnesota, including a minor. What can you share about this investigation? They have said that this administration is just trying to demonize the Somalian community, but we got a criminal here.
Okay, Lawrence, this guy came into our country in 2015 under Barack Obama. He let him in legally, just like all the Afghanistans he's been letting in. He let him in legally in 2015. He committed a rape of a child, a horrific rape in 2017. Then he committed another rape in 2024. He's arrested in state court, lives in the Minneapolis area the entire time. Last name Muhammad, he's 28 years old. He's convicted in state court of both rapes. They let him walk out the door. on probation, double rapist. Pled to him, walked out the door. Then, under our administration, he commits a new rape. He is arrested. He is in federal custody. We are going back in time now, charging him again with kidnapping and the rape of the 2017 case.
Put him in the electric chair and fry him.
And I can tell you there are more charges to come. And again, this is good police work. They took his DNA, ran his DNA.
Trump's remarks dismissing Somali immigrants as garbage. And new ICE actions in Minneapolis have left Somali Americans afraid to go outside.
I feel like people are like afraid to get out of their houses. I am getting calls.
Maybe y'all should have done a better job keeping each other in check and, I don't know, assimilated a little.
From my resident that I represent, city of Minneapolis, saying that, what should I do? Should I come out of the house? The ICE is here.
No, you should not. Well, unless you're going the fuck back to Somalia, in which case, yeah, leave your house, sell it, and go the fuck back to Somalia.
They are going door to door. They are stopping folks on the streets, and they're not just targeting undocumented, they're targeting every Somali person. The saddest part is that when my daughter asked me, why us? Why is he picking? Why is he, single us out? Why is he calling us garbage? How do you answer
Well, gee, how does Dada make his money?
something like that?
The fear among the Somali community is real. Like, this mall, if you come to like around noon, nobody's here. It is deserted. Every business is closed, and it has been like this for the last 3 days. And
Oh my gosh, what kind of shithole is this?
we are really, as a small business owner, I'm scared that people not.
Like, what?
Every business is closed, and it has been like this for the last 3 days. And we are really, as a small business owner, I'm scared that people not showing up to buy from me. And I am like, I don't want to close my business.
What kind of shithole is this? I've never seen such a shithole.
And this community
Not in this country, anyway.
is full of fear.
Like, it's literally an old storage unit building converted into, like, shit stalls.
They don't want to come out.
Like, third world shit stalls.
And a lot of businesses are closed. They are not able to come and work and pay their rent. So I don't know what's going to happen. The future today, as of today, the future doesn't look bright.
What on earth, man? Somalia. They've got their own malls. They convert old shitty storage units into shitty malls. How cute. Really shitty malls. Those of us who are Somali in this country see ourselves as Americans, as Somalis. We are never intimidated, Ilhan Omar says.
To me, I know that those of us who are Somali in this country see ourselves as Americans. That's what our passport says. That's what our nationality is.
Joy, let's read.
And we know that we are protected by the 14th Amendment. We know that we're not going anywhere.
Not for long.
And there is no way. I mean, he needs to just, I know he says he hasn't met me. Maybe he should spend 5 minutes with me, because then he would know that as Somalis, we are never intimidated, and, we're never going to.
Well, we don't want to intimidate you. We just want you to fuck off.
Feel like our esteem or confidence is shaken by a bigoted fool, making a mockery of the White House, of our nation, and of the presidency. To me, I know.
Andrew Wolf has no blood clots. Can open both eyes. What? After being shot in the head?
I was there when the doctors all came in the room after they had done an angiogram. He has no blood clots. He's a miracle. And now he's able to open both eyes, severe injuries, but we are all continuing to pray that he's got a long road ahead of him, but we are praying that he makes a full recovery. And this was someone that the Biden administration, the monster, let into our country, let him walk into this country with little or no vetting, just like all these Somalis that Obama did, who are committing crimes throughout our country. And under Donald Trump, it's going to stop. We're going to find them. We're going to prosecute them.
Amen. Good. That is downright miracle status. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Tom Cotton, what the Washington Post said last week was a complete lie. The Secretary of War an apology.
And Admiral Bradley was totally justified in a decision he made. A decision, by the way, that was broadcast on multiple secure screens at the Pentagon in Fort Bragg, and that hundreds of people watched in real time with probably dozens of JAG lawyers. So what the Washington Post said last week was a complete lie. They owe an apology to Pete Hegseth, and especially they owe an apology to Admiral Mitch Bradley. He is a highly decorated career Navy SEAL. And Admiral Bradley was totally justified.
Yes. Census data shows over 107,000 people identify as Somali across Minnesota, with the majority living in the Twin Cities area.
This is all I know. I was only 3 years old when I came, and this is my home, and this has got to stop. I'm not scared, so I'm
Yeah, it can stop when you go back where you came from.
I'm
You'll be happy there.
happy. I'm United States.
You'll be happier back home.
I'm America. I'm
No.
happy. So why you asking me? Some guys asking me, give me basmati, give me green card.
Give me what? Give me what? You claim to be a citizen of this country, and you say
Green card. Why? Basmati, give me green card. Why? Give me basmati, give me
Basmart? Basmart? I think she's trying to say passport.
Give me basmati, give me green card. Why? Why you asking me?
Almost every Somali person living here is a citizen.
There's more than 100,000 Somalis in Minnesota. Roughly 84,000 reside in the metro. The journey from Somalia started decades ago.
My family immigrated here to Minneapolis, to Minnesota in 1993. As my father says, we came to a cold place, but we found people with warm hearts.
My parents wanted to provide us a good opportunity for us to chase after that American dream, right?
Many fleeing from civil war, crossing continents for a chance to build something, a chance for their children.
I mean, I feel badly for the, cases where they legitimately did acclimate and assimilate and, came here and made something themselves, did it right. I'm sure they're out there, plenty of them. But now, thanks to these massive numbers of fraud perpetrating scumbags, they're just going to be looked at the same way. They are. It's a sad fact. NEC Director Kevin Hassett, AI economy is moving much faster than the dot-com economy of the 90s.
What is the White House's message on AI efficiencies? What is the plan to come up with the proper training for people to thrive in this new world?
Right. Well, the best part about what we're seeing in the evidence, and there's an institute, my friend Eric Brynjolfsson at Stanford, former colleague over there, has been studying these things pretty much there's a new paper every month, that there's a lot of good news in the AI space. And I would say that the best news is the way to think about what AI and its agents can do is that they can act as if they're the best coach you ever had for whatever job you have. And so while you're trying to figure out how do I make my boss happy, how do I do what it takes to make the firm aren't successful, it's like you've got a coach right there with you every step of the way. And so we're seeing that, first of all, the coach is good at, you don't have to, learn a new software code, a new programming language to get this to happen. You've got a coach right there helping you be productive. Now, the second thing that we're seeing is that because of the really big increase in productivity, I think we could be looking at a 4% productivity increase next year, given how much acceleration there is in AI. Then what happens is that workers are able to produce as much stuff as the firm needs without having to hire a whole bunch of new people. And so we're seeing that recent college graduates are feeling stressed right now. But our expectation is that this is something that's going to work out quickly. The AI economy is moving much faster than the dot-com economy of the 90s, and the coaches that AI is producing are going to help make a lot of productive workers a heck of a lot of money. And the bottom line is that we're seeing that real wage growth is really high again this year after being down $3,000 during the Biden administration. And so all this productivity is putting more money in people's pockets.
Take NEC Director Kevin Hassett. Friday. Today, coldest day of the season so far as Arctic air moves into the Midwest and Northeast, where millions are experiencing bitter cold and snow squalls. Yep. Still going out there? Yep. Still snowing.
What is it feels like temperature? You're the one that's out there. What does it feel like?
You know what, Gail? It feels like I can't feel my fingers. Look, we had some record lows overnight, and as we look ahead to today with the wind chill, some cities are going to feel like they're in the negative teens and the negative 20s, and at that point, it is no longer just unpleasant to be out here. It can be unsafe.
The bitter cold is blasting cities from Minnesota to New York, leaving even the brave, bundled in winter jackets, hats, and gloves, feeling the effects.
It's really cold. It's so cold. I breathe and I can feel my nose hairs moving.
Days worth of snow from earlier this week still coats streets. Western New York got even more as lake effect snow fell Thursday, while in Duluth, Minnesota, frigid mist rose off Lake Superior. The brisk air direct from the Arctic brought a sharp plunge in temperatures for the first time this season.
It is very literally a life and death situation.
Sarah Nelson's nonprofit distributes food and warm clothing to Iowans struggling in the cold. The group is also helping more than 600 people pay utilities.
We've been preparing for a tsunami of need, and unfortunately it's met our expectations and what we thought we would start to see, and we expect it to get worse before it gets better.
Thanks. U.S. Southern Command says it conducted a new lethal kinetic strike on another drug boat. Keep coming. Lots of hungry noses to feed. President Trump updates America First foreign policy.
The major principles of the Commander-in-Chief's America First foreign policy, including calling for an end to the expansion of NATO. It also criticizes Europe over unrealistic expectations for how to end the war in Ukraine. The document writing in part, President Trump is using unconventional diplomacy, America's military might, and economic leverage to surgically extinguish the embers of division between nuclear-armed nations and violent war sparked by centuries of hatred. The major principles of the Commander-in-Chief's America First foreign.
Good. A.G. Bondi. Well, we saw that one. In this country illegally, we will hunt you down, arrest you, and lock you up. Good. It's going well in New Orleans, it seems. Catahoula
Border
Crunch.
Patrol agents for what is being called Operation Catahoula Crunch. Here's senior correspondent Mike Tobin.
Yeah, SRT thinks we're in place now.
Border Patrol agents are now on the ground in New Orleans as President Trump's immigration enforcement efforts expand around the country.
Yeah, Bovino's having people run up to him to take selfies. He's like a celebrity out there. It's pretty interesting. Different welcome compared to certain other cities. ICE raids are up across Southern California, while enrollment in LA schools is down. Thousands of students are missing from class. Could they be gone for good? Let's hope so.
The number of
back they go.
ICE raids across Southern California up. Enrollment in LA schools down.
Kids show up to school and they're worried.
Thousands of students missing from class. Could they be gone for good?
We want to quit.
Yeah, back they go.
All fears parents and children have.
7 on Your Side investigates fleeing families. The ICE raid fallout today at 5. The number of
Bon voyage. A nice trip. Don't fall. Reuters reports Washington has informed European partners that it expects Europe to take charge of the bulk of NATO's conventional defense duties by 2027. U.S. officials cautioned that if Europe fails to step up, Washington could scale back its role in alliance planning. Yep. Okay. Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings dropped $2 million into Gavin Newsom's redistricting campaign. Dirtbag. Longtime Dem donor and Newsom ally. Yep. New York Times sued Perplexity, an AI startup, claiming that its copyrights were repeatedly violated by the company. Probably true. Almost certainly true. Along with God knows how many other copyrights. Mark Kelly just jumped to 3rd place in the 2028 primary odds, above Buttigieg and Harris. They're going to try and run him. That's what this is. That's what this is. They're trying to build up a hero. That's what it's all about. That's what they had no one on the field that was worth a flying fuck. And they knew it. They had to make one. And he's their guy. Watch. Just watch. Michigan Congressman Sri Thanedar, this wacko, has officially introduced articles of impeachment against Pete Hegseth. Fucking brain wreck idiot. Germany says it does not need outside advice after Trump's security strategy released. So they're already refusing. Tucker Carlson now personally set to attend a Qatari government conference in Doha this weekend. Joining a lineup that includes senior Qatari officials, figures linked to the Iranian regime, and a range of other controversial participants. That's interesting, for sure. Tucker Carlson, maybe. Thanks to Assistant AG Harmeet Dillon, 26 states are about to be forced to clean up their voter rolls and take off the non-citizens, the dead people, the registrars. 2026 election could be fundamentally different to the Democrats because they won't have dirty voter rolls.
26 states are about to be forced to clean up their voter rolls and take off the non-citizens, the dead people, the triple registrars. The 26th election could be fundamentally different for the Democrats because they won't have dirty voter rolls. That is a Harmeet Dillon success story.
Interesting. On Saturday, the historic Antietam National Battlefield in Maryland will hold its annual memorial illumination. More than 23,000 luminaries will glow across the landscape. What? I had no idea this was a thing. Wow, each honoring a life lost, wounded, or missing during the Battle of Antietam. God. Oh, cool. Neato. How far is that shit from here? Bad Antietam. Hour and a half? That's not so bad. Hey, man. Oh, I'd love to see that. Love to go see that. It's so freaking cool, man. Look at that. Putin says to continue uninterrupted shipments of fuel to India. Gucci heiress launches new Unity handbag with proceeds benefiting Melania Trump's Fostering the Future. Okay, well, bravo, Gucci heiress. Little Mayor Free, total cuck of Minneapolis on the illegal alien Somali gang members, sex predators, and other criminals taken off the streets of Minneapolis over just the past few days. Oh.
What you see is a visual representation of we have your back, and when you come for one of us, you come for all of us.
So that includes like rapists and murderers and other violent felons?
We reject the hateful rhetoric of Donald Trump. What you see...
What an idiot. Secretary of War Hegseth heading out to California, I guess. Oh. Tom Homan heckled in El Paso. His response was typical Homan.
Every night I go to bed, I pray for the safety and security of every border station, ICE agent, and I pray for everybody that we're looking for. I don't want anybody hurt. I don't want anybody to die. That includes officers and that includes aliens. And that's a stone cold fact. Call me what you want. I don't care. You know? Anything else? I want to take questions. I'll take questions a little bit, but why don't you grow a backbone, put a Kevlar vest and a gun on your hip and go secure this border.
So that was at a turning point you had.
Every night I go to bed, I pray for the state.
Turning point event, I guess. Okay. Officials with the Pentagon and the Trump admin told European diplomats during a meeting this week in Washington that they expect Europe to take over the majority of NATO's conventional defense capabilities, including intelligence and long-range missiles, by 2027, stating that if they do not meet the deadline, the U.S. may halt its participation in some defense coordination mechanisms of NATO. Oh, Mike Benz talking about the pipe bomber arrest. I'm going to have to watch that later. I got to tag that. Trump announcing here on, looks like Truth Social this morning, Democrats' #1 policy push is the complete and total obliteration of our great United States Supreme Court. Oh yeah, they want to pack the shit out of it. They will do this on their very first day in office through the simple termination of the filibuster should they win the upcoming elections. The radical left Democrats are looking at 21 justices with immediate ascension. Yep, this would be terrible for our country. Fear not, however, Republicans will not let it or any of their other catastrophic policies happen. Our country is now in very good hands. MAGA. All right. Let's hope so. Trump Department rolls out Christmas tree savings plan, making this season brighter. What? Christmas tree savings plan? How's that work? Holiday affordability effort that would help Help families save money while enjoying public lands and supporting wildfire prevention. Oh, okay. So you can like go on public lands and get a tree for $1. That's cool. It's actually a great idea. Michael Jordan? Like the one and only? Expected to testify Friday in federal antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR? What does he have to do with NASCAR? Two teams, one of which Jordan owns a share of. Didn't know he was involved in NASCAR. Accused the racing giant of operating as a monopoly. NASCAR denies any wrongdoing.
Basketball
Interesting.
icon Michael Jordan is expected to testify today in a federal antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR because he owns a share of one of the two teams suing the racing giant. They claim that NASCAR operates as a monopoly that limits individual teams' opportunities for revenue and freedom. NASCAR denies any wrongdoing. The outcome of this trial, which started Monday, could potentially reshape the whole world of stock car racing. Basketball icon.
Huh. That's cool. Good for him. White House video here.
In this holy season, we prepare to celebrate the birth of the Prince of Peace. We have come to the U.S. Institute of Peace to sign a historic agreement that will end one of the longest-running conflicts anywhere in the world. Today, we commit to stopping decades of violence and bloodshed and to begin a new era of harmony and cooperation between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda. I have a lot of confidence in both leaders. We'll keep these commitments. I know they're going to keep them and follow through on the agreement and create a much brighter future for the people of their countries.
These accords provide everything needed to end this conflict once and for all.
These Washington agreements for peace and prosperity must be for our peoples a symbol of an irreversible commitment to turn the page of confrontations and to open a new era of cooperation and sustainable peace throughout the region.
Very nice, very nice. All right, just a couple more. Good morning from the White House again here. Oh, wow. Literally. Footage from this morning. Quick editing. I love DC in winter. It's stunning. After a fresh snow. Like, beautiful. Something about it. Like, seeing the White House. Fresh snow coming down. Such an amazing sight. President Trump sounds the alarm. Democrats' #1 policy push is the complete and total obliteration of our great United States Supreme Court. Yeah, we already read that, so we'll skip it. That's it for me, you guys. I gotta go find a firm answer on which freaking courthouse this guy's hearing is being held in, because I do not want to miss that. I really want to go to that if I can. And oh, thank you, Steph. You are the best. Steph is hitting me up right there. The hearing will take place at U.S. District Court for District of Columbia at 333 Constitution Ave. All right. Sounds like I'm hitting up the metro. Let me snag a picture of that. Thank you, Steph. Beautiful. All right. Serpo, how you doing, man?
Doing great. How you doing, Bam?
Doing pretty good, sir. I think I'm going to go try to catch this pipe bombing hearing.
Yeah.
DC at 1:30.
Hell yeah, you're right there.
Yep.
You might as well.
Yeah, I will let everyone know as soon as I get out.
Yeah. Well, we'll be waiting.
Cool.
It was cold this morning.
Yeah,
we got down to 8 degrees.
I don't even want to know
here.
how cold it is out there. It's what you 8 degrees for you?
This morning. Now it's up to 23. Yeah, it was cold.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still cold.
Yeah,
23 still cold. Don't kid yourself.
It's snowing here, man. It's coming down. Gonna be a fun metro trip. Yep. Well, I'll let you get to it, man. You have a good show.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Later.
All right, everyone. Oh, hold on, I gotta type thank you to Steph. Here we go. And thank you guys too for hanging out. I will I'm gonna charge my phone for like an hour here. I think, yeah, I can do that. I have enough time to do that. Because I want to be able to stream as soon as I get out. All right, so I will I'm gonna go to the courthouse. I can see if I can. Be nice to take the car if I can, so I can avoid having to walk in the freaking freezing cold and snow. I gotta see if the car is needed, or if I can take it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go, and as soon as I get out, I don't know how long this is gonna last. Probably, I would assume like an hour, maybe. As soon as I'm out, I will go live on either on the metro ride or the car drive back, and I will fill you guys in, let you know how it goes. I think we're apparently set to find out some of the first details at this court case, so this is going to be crucial stuff. We'll see how it goes. All right, I'll keep you posted. Oh, let me pop that off there. Yeah. I will see you guys in a few hours. All right. Bye-bye.